Okay, so we just did oddly terrifying. Now we have to counterbalance it with some oddly satisfying so that we're not as stressed out. I know you've had 2 days to stress out now, so it's about time I give you a reprieve. Let's start off with number 19, satisfying yin and yang. It's an absolutely perfect circle, isn't it? Is this going to be some, like, it's both power washing and drawing art at the same time? It's not really power washing, although you could say this guy has a superpower and therefore it is power washing. This guy's superpower is being able to draw absolutely perfect circles. Look at that connection there, dude. Look at the connection between the yin and... Oh, and then he's gonna... Oh, yeah, then he paints the red. Look at the spiral motion. And it doesn't even matter that he steps in what he's already done. It still just keeps the wet and doesn't spread it into the dry. Oh, it's perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Thanos would be proud. The human compass, though, is very impressive. And also, how does he keep the gap between the outer squeegee ring and the first squeegee ring so perfect? Like that? Oh my goodness. I don't know how people are so good at circles, dude. This is great. A tree on fire after a lightning strike. What the heck? Bro, did it just hollow out the entire tree? I don't think I've ever seen it actively on fire. I've only seen the pictures of the aftermath when it's like split. It's all charred on the inside. Just... how do people survive getting struck by lightning if this is what happens to a tree? Okay, humans are officially more powerful than trees, and trees are pretty robust mother truckers, okay? I bet most people wouldn't be able to, like, punch this tree and have it fall down unless they're freaking One Punch Man. Yet we can survive a lightning strike and also sometimes not survive a lightning strike. Maybe it depends on the strike and where it hits and all that stuff, but imagine this happening to your insides. Don't really want to. That doesn't sound fun. Yeah. Playing around with a stack of uncut keys. I was kind of wondering, like, what is playing around with a stack of uncut keys mean? Okay, you can do some wavy stuff. This could kind of apply to pretty much anything that's dangling free to spin from some kind of wire. But I guess keys is a decent thing to have. There probably aren't too many things you can find in a workplace that have this, setup. Also, why is it mounted into a cardboard box, though, is what I'm wondering. Like, one end appears to be on a piece of machinery that's relevant. The other end is just, like, stuffed into a box. What's inside the box? I need to know. Is there some important confidential piece of machinery that just has a pole sticking out of it with a bunch of keys? You've used all these keys to open up what's inside the box. I need to know now. This beautiful lake and this dog. All right, got a bit of eye bleach for you guys. In case you needed to, wish that your life was this. Now we just all, like, feel badly. Because I'm just sat here in front of a computer, okay? Blinds drawn, studio light pointed at my face, kind of blinding. Camera there, dude. Browsing the internet, Meanwhile, this dude, off in nature, clear day, lake, dog laying on his lap. I'm like, all right, well, feel badly about my life now. So there's that. And I can't commit to a pet. That's too big of a commitment, but then I'll never have a moment like this. Saw a tap dripping water on a ruler in class. Thought it belonged here. Watch till the end. Wait, does it, like, crawl its way to the end? Oh, it's slowly crawling its way, and then it's going to join with this one. Go down the hole. And then it's gonna separate again, and through the surface, and then it repeats. Oh, dude, you needed to have this be an infinite loop GIF. You totally could have done it. You totally could have figured out a way. See, and it always leaves just that little bit there. Once the hydrogen bonding force exceeds that of any remaining gravitational pull of the water there, or however the heck that works, the force of this pushing through the hole is no longer great enough, and the hydrogen bonds pull it back, and then it repeats again. And then who stuck the ruler under there in the first place? That's what I want to know. How did it get there? How did this start? Who's just sticking rulers under the leaking tap, causing water to just splatter all over the countertop, no doubt. This gorgeous hanging garden. That looks like a lot of work to maintain. That gives me anxiety. And also, how do you water it? If the flowers are the flowers supposed to grow upside down? How are they growing upside down without dirt falling on everyone? How do you water this without water falling on everyone? Do they just like have a few hours each week where they close down the whole place and then they just water the things? The water falls down, gets the floor all mucky and icky, but it drains, and then they clean it, and then it's all good to go? Because the maintenance on this seems like an absolute nightmare, unless they're all fake flowers, in which case, okay. Then you'd be walking through there and you're gonna have just petals that are gonna shed off and fall on your head, and there's inevitably gonna be some dirt that, and then flowers as a whole just fall on your face, which I guess doesn't matter too much, but I don't know, it looks great, but it seems like a nightmare. My God. Whoever came up with this idea and had it approved, every gardener was like, but why are you doing this? Please don't. Watching bread bake is so soothing. Dude, that's a dope pattern. That worked out real well. Oh man, that's cool to see. Oh, the tear just like worked so well. Dude, the tear just, I don't actually know why you do the tear. Why do you do the tear? But it looks so cool once it works out, man. Is it purely for design? Or does it actually have a fun? Oh my goodness, look at that. God, I want bread now. Why is bread the best thing ever? And I want to go to Disneyland because, well, it's not a Disneyland, it's a California Adventure across the way. I mean, still technically part of Disneyland, but they have, oh, just the place there. It's a place that exists in San Francisco too, but they have the best bread. Just the best bread bowls. Oh my God, you get a salad in the bread bowl and then you just eat the bread and you're like, oh, in heaven, and it's amazing. And it looks like this. The bread is so good. Let them eat bread. Another finished quilt made by my wife. Pretty cool. Well done. Excellent on the gradation between the two colors. It's like if you just had this, each corner together, you know, it looked like Christmassy, but now it looks like it can fit any time of the year, right? So that's pretty dope. Fixing a fabric hole. Or are you just gonna like basically constrict the thing together? Pretty sure this shrinks the fabric as a whole, right? But, oh no, you're just gonna actually, oh, you're gonna do the whole thing. Okay, that's cool. I thought they were just gonna do the thing where they sew it up and then it just constricts the hole from all sides. But no, they're doing the full-on patch job right there. How do you get the same sort of thread density? You don't. Okay, that's the answer, is you don't get the same sort of thread density as the surrounding area. It's like, is there some sort of magic trick they're gonna do at the end of this? Because I've seen it sometimes where they pull everything out and then all of a sudden it comes together and it looks good as new. This case, it looks like an actual patch. Okay, not bad, but I guess, yeah, the thread density of the rest of it probably needs to be done by a machine because it's very, very tight together. Got that 1,000 thread count Egyptian cotton sheets. The realistic eyes drawing. I was like, wait, is the text on the page? Like, are we connecting the text? Is that how we do this? Because I don't know how to draw that text. Is this Chinese or Japanese? God, I'm sorry that I'm unable to identify. I think it's Chinese though. Wait, so you draw like little rectangles in the eyes, and then somehow magically it always turns out great. This is what I never liked when I had some illustration books when I was younger. And the part that always frustrated me is that they would always draw these freaking like outlines in the middle thing in the face and then the lines across the face. And now it's all coming together. Oh, that's the reflection of the room in the eye. Now I see. And it sees me, probably. It's so realistic, it can probably actually see. My God, this looks like a photo. What the heck? Anyway, I was like, how do you take... But you're going to have to erase the lines after you do the rest, and it frustrated me. I was like, I just want to draw the whole thing straight up. I don't want to have to do all this pre-prep lines and mapping out. No, I just want to draw it and have it work. And that's why illustration never worked out for me. Brazilians cleaning spilled oil from the beach. Wait, do they actually... They're like rolling sand into a batter. God, that is crazy. I wonder what the process here is. Like, do you purposefully bring the oil into the sand, and then the sand and oil kind of come together in a mixture that you can actually peel off the ground? Or I guess just blobs of oil, like you can just pick the sand up beneath it and I did not know it worked like that. Bro, those bags must be so ridiculously heavy. How do they not just break when you try to carry it away? They must just have to put like they must know how much you can kind of put in each garbage bag before it's just way too much and the bag breaks. Because that'd be a pain. And you drop oil all over your feet and stuff. Not that your feet don't have a bunch of oil on it already, but like you don't want all your legs to be covered if you can. Good job, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for helping clean up. It's good stuff. Honorable work. This ad is quite soothing to watch. Is this gonna be about like recycling stuff? It's totally gonna be about recycling, and then it creates... Dude, this is like exactly the same process that we saw in last week's video. What the heck? Okay, and now we've got now we got a bunch of products that were created from the recycled bottles, and now that's going into a fabric, and now that's gonna go into a product that you end up wearing. It's gonna be a t-shirt. No, it's gonna be a backpack in this case. Okay, well last time it was a t-shirt. This time it's a backpack. It's a really cool, well done stop motion advertisement. Cool stuff. Except now I'm all skeptical again because of the last post where it's like, it might have some of the plastic bottles in it, but it's probably like 98% fresh cotton. So, not entirely sure, but plastic is extremely energy and labor intensive to recycle. You look at something like aluminum, which is an element, not a polymer. You can burn away impurities and remove dross from the top or bottom. Plastic is different. If you heat it to the wrong temperature, don't remove impurities or any number of things. You get a high quality recycle. You don't get a high quality recycled material. Every time you heat it, the polymers break down, meaning it's got a limited recycle lifetime. So, seek the highest quality, cleanest, purest plastics. Fair enough. Is that soda bottles? Hopefully it is. Anyone else love maps like these? I do. You always see these at like national parks and stuff, or in TV shows when some architect has a project that they're really passionate about that inevitably the higher ups in the company won't approve. And then they're just like, but I spent all this time making this beautiful map slash smaller, not gigantic map. It's more focused on a single development complex, and you guys won't approve it. And I spent all this time, and it's great. And then the entire show is the conflict back and forth, and what this conflict ends up causing the protagonist to do. In this case, terraforming an entire planet. Can't wait for the Netflix show. The way the veins of the leaf align on the creases of the hand. This is more like a never tell me the odds kind of post right here. What? Are we sure that this leaf wasn't just bent by this person with their hand and it actually matched up? Because what in the... There's no way. There's no way I would ever just find a leaf and then have the presence of mind to cut it into and then line it up with the creases on my hand and be like, wow, that actually works really well. What the heck? How did this happen? Is this real? Or did you use a Photoshop blend mode to just overlay a circle and then you blended it with your hand down beneath and then you made it look real? And I don't trust anything on the internet anymore. What is happening? I kept on passing this, so on the third night I decided to take a picture. Got those God's rays coming through that tree, huh? That's nifty. That's mildly interesting right there, I guess. It's not something that I think I'd ever stop at and be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Let me take a picture and put it on Reddit. God, I need to get better at the mildly interesting, maybe now oddly satisfying things that I don't think most people would even care about if I showed it to a friend. But then here it's like we got a community of like-minded people who are interested in the little things, the finer things in life. And not everybody else notices. We're more observant than the rest of them, okay? Dragging a cup of coffee. I'm just like hearing the styrofoam against the desk and feeling it, and it just... I don't like it. I don't like it. The only reason the coffee is behaving this way is because it's uncomfortable at the styrofoam being dragged across the surface, because it's terrible. That's a terrible thing. God, I hate it when styrofoam, like, when you have styrofoam that breaks and it's like rubbing against itself or anything else. It's terrible. And the coffee is really trying to escape right now. It's like, please get me out of here. That is the souls of thousands of coffee beans just trying to exit out of that cup because they don't like it. Professional onion cutting skills. Okay. They're gonna do a thing where they only cut like a little bit into it, right? So it's not completely cut all the way through, and then they can do some thing where like, whoa, it opens up into a gnarly thing. Oh yeah, and then they don't cut all the way through again, and then all of a sudden they do one big thing, and it just breaks into a million pieces, and is absolutely brilliant. Or actually, that's what they're doing right here, I guess. That's what they're doing there. It's some very fine onion cutting. See, what would happen is that would be, we'd get some of that cutting, except it'd be my finger. You'd have a mix of the white with a little bit of red in there, and then I'd have to stop because I should never do this again, ever. But good on you for being more talented. Because you guys like the last gift so much, Playing Around with Keys Part 2. Whoa! We got the context in the proper order? That never happens, dude. That never happens. We saw the keys earlier, now we're seeing more keys. Do I get to find out what's in the box? Whoa. It's like laminar flow with water. It like stays in place. Even though the whole thing is moving, it's like the location of the keys on each side like stays in place. Oh, it's not attached to the box anymore though. Where do I just buy lots of keys dangling from the thing? Where do I buy lots of similarly sized metal things that I can put onto a rod and swing around freely? Like this would, I bet you this would get so many views on Instagram, at least for a little bit until the fad ended. But bro, if you can keep finding ways to make the keys look satisfying, like that would be so big on Instagram and maybe even on YouTube. You never know. Like, bro, Real Survivor, OP, dude, you could be big. You could be real big. You get brand deals with key brands, okay? They pay to have their keys featured in your particular oddly satisfying key video. Think about it. And top for the last month, watching an old school drywaller. I didn't even know how you do drywall. I've actually never looked up how it's done, to be honest. Wait, are they cutting out for like an electrical? Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's one way to do it. He just straight up smacks through it. All right. And then what do you actually bend it when it's, wait, okay, so why is he scoring it so that it bends easier, or what actually? Oh, he is, yeah. That's exactly what he's doing. Is it still done this way? Imagine if that was just real speed. It'd be just a few fingers hammered through. Oh yeah, just a quick smack, dude. This whole thing comes off. Perfect seam. I don't know what it looks like. I now need to go look up a video of what it looks like to put drywall on in the modern age, because you don't get the seams. Or how do you get rid of the seams? Usually when you paint over it, it just fills in the seams, or you put another coating over that and then you paint over that. I don't actually know. Despite my dad being an architect, never actually seen how drywall is done. I feel uneducated. Well, that's pretty much it for the last month of Oddly Satisfying. I hope you've been satisfied. Make sure to like if you were. Check out the playlist if you want to keep watching Oddly Satisfying things, or subscribe to the channel for more videos in the future. Thanks for watching. See you next time.